2 and 3. Hello and welcome, everybody. It is Sunday night. You know what that means. It's Wrestling with Horror Sunday Night Heat. That's what that means. I know we've been off since last Tuesday here at the channel. Needed a break. Needed a little break, and that's exactly what we did. We, I did some golfing and some boating last couple days, and worked on some shit today around the house. And here we are. We're back on a Sunday night. I'm joined by Draven and Tony this evening, just as we were last week.
Hey.
Back. Welcome. And we have a lot to discuss, as we had when Worlds Collide yesterday and Money in the Bank. I watched a little bit of Money in the Bank. I did not watch any of Worlds Collide. I was on my boat. Got back for Money in the Bank. Trey was watching it. I was outside. I had a fire going in the fire pit, cooked. And I finally sat down and fell asleep during most of it. But we'll get there.
I thought I was bad at falling asleep at Pete's, but he's the king of it.
Dude, I was on the boat all day.
Well, then I did it. I was down.
Well, here's a little food for thought. Let's rewind a few weeks ago to WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk about Stephanie Vakir.
Yeah.
WrestleMania was out here for like a week. All of the wrestlers were out here for a week. So if you fast forward back to today, at this very moment, my poo is congealing with Stephanie Vakir's in the sewers out here. And that just,
Jesus. Your poop touched.
How am I supposed to follow? What am I supposed to fucking follow that up?
Our various fluids and DNA are mixing, and that makes me feel special.
I don't.
And then out of the sewer will crawl a half Stephanie Vakir / Tony.
Is this gonna be like the fucking movie Alligator?
Out of the sewer will crawl our own little Bono.
Yeah, little Chud.
Yeah, how many Keurig are you, Bono? That is a truly touching love story, Tone. Jesus, don't encourage him, Godzillionaire. Don't encourage him. That's something that the history books will look back on with a Shakespearean lens, I'm sure. Draven, you said you watched some of When Worlds Collide.
Yeah, I watched all of it. The standouts for me were probably Mr. Iguana, just because he was pretty good in the ring as far as a luchador, and he has like a gimmick where like his puppet is an iguana and he like uses it to like fucking wrestle, which was pretty funny, and the kids love him, so that's always a plus with the kids, And then the Stephanie Vakir Lola Vice match was really good, and because of the Devil's Kiss double with both of their asses, which are fucking. If I wasn't at work, I probably would have had to crank one out there right then and there. It was that damn good. But and then the Chad Gable Vikingo match was good. It didn't beat the Omega versus Vikingo match, but it was still pretty good. And it shows you why Chad Gable should be kind of pushed as like mid to main event kind of guy.
Can I just say real quick too, while we're talking about this, and we're talking about Stephanie Vakir, there's one thing that she's doing, and she's already done better than Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Okay, and I know there's a lot of people thinking like, what the fuck are you talking about? She wrestled more in 24 hours than Cody Rhodes has in 6 fucking months. She worked SmackDown,
The whole
she
year.
worked When Worlds Collide, and she worked fucking Money in the Bank. 3 high-level matches in less than 24 hours. And fucking, we can't get 2 matches out of Cody in 4 months.
Yeah. And she carried a person up the ladder on her back.
Can I ask, Draven, since you did watch both events, would you say Worlds Collide was a better event than Money Deep Inside of the Bank?
They both have their own, like, I would say it was a nice showcase to, like, show Americans, like, what luchador, like, AAA is. Like, as far as that goes, it did its job. Like, and we'll have to see what they do going forward. But for a first, like, if you've never seen AAA, the luchador style, it was a good first offering with the mix of WWE and AAA talent. So,
hey, we gotta say hi to some people in the chat. Goodstuff is here. Hail, Goodstuff. Great to see you as always, sir. The lovely Sherry's here. Sherry baby.
Yeah, what is that profile picture? My picture,
motherfucker. You're supposed to sing next line.
Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm distracted, man.
It's a fucking little dot. It's a small little circle on the screen. Focus.
All right, from the top.
Sherry baby.
Aye.
Won't you come out tonight? There you go, hon. There you go. Good to see you. Good stuff. And Godzillionaire. Tone's Love Story coming soon to the Hallmark Network. You know, I could see that happening. I could see that happening. Great to see you. Good stuff. Great to see everybody in the chat. Make sure you hit that fucking like button. Hit the subscribe if you're not already. Bro, subscribe to the channel, bro, for 1 week of Russo's brand. It's cheaper than a cup of coffee, bro. There you go. There's some Vince Russo. Stephanie Vecchio, though. 24 hours. She works 3 matches. You're not getting that out of Roman Reigns. You're not getting that out of Cody Rhodes. You're not getting that out of, you know what I mean? It's just, it speaks to this woman's dedication to the business. She's amazing. You know, obviously the aesthetics, we know that, but she's an amazing worker. Hi.
Well,
what up, little Wolverine? Good to see you. All right. We got little.
This used to be the normal. Stone Cold Steve Austin or John Cena would defend their title at the pay-per-view, and 24 hours later on Raw, they would be in another high-profile match. Not to mention a promo. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then you have someone like LA Knight or even Seth Rollins, who's there week in, week out, wrestling like crazy. I mean, we're not doing house shows anymore. So these people can't hone their skills. And then they're only wrestling on TV every few months. Maybe you get a match out of them once a month. Everything has just slowed down to a crawl. And it's not entertaining. And that's why they're losing such a big audience. They have their marks that'll watch no matter what. But I mean, again, there's no more FOMO. There's no more fear of missing out because you're not missing out. Like, everything moves at such a slow rate now because they're fucking lazy. Their storylines are long and drawn out, and they're taking a story beat that should happen once or twice a show and dragging it out to a month and calling it long-term storytelling. We've been over all this before, but I mean, it used to be a heel move that Roman Reigns barely wrestled or Brock Lesnar barely wrestled, and Cody even gave them shit over it. And now he barely fucking wrestles. And for what?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like when he does go out there, he's leaving it all in the ring. No, he does a safe routine, just how Hogan would do, just how Cena would do. It's lame. And yeah, I don't know. Last night, for me, at least in that main event, Logan Paul was definitely the star, and that's sad when you have, a part-time wrestler and they're okay, a guy who's getting ready to retire, but then can't say part-time wrestler because Cody is a part-time wrestler, but then you have the supposed face of one brand and the supposed face of the other, and you've got Logan Paul, the guy who hasn't had 20 matches, outshining everybody.
Yeah. Jay just isn't the guy. Like, I hope he loses his belt tomorrow because, yeah, he's over with the crowd and the crowd love him, but that's it.
Yeah, and that's it. Look, Jay showed ass at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
He showed ass at that press conference, being all drunk, and you know what I mean. Like, look, man. Like I said before, I got nothing.
I still stand by the fact that I don't think he was drunk.
Everybody knew he was fucking hammered. He was drinking from the moment he got backstage to the moment he walked out that fucking curtain. He was drinking. I've never done a press conference, but I've been that guy backstage. I know what that looks like. I've been around people who are fucking drunk my whole life, like hardcore. I understand that. I've seen that. Tony can attest. He knows.
It just looked like him doing his normal.
That wasn't a gimmick. That was him literally being so drunk. That was the only thing he could fucking formulate. Seriously, he was blitzed, and that's fine, man. That's fine. You want to party, you got to be able to handle your shit, though, and he cannot. And look at Jimmy, DUI. Apparently Jay was trying to one-up him in that too. But Gunther and him tomorrow night on Raw. What up, Trending? Good to see you, brother. Hail. If they're smart, tomorrow night's the night. Do fucking not fumble this. Jay and Gunther can have a match. It's not going to be a great match. It's just going to be a match. Gunther will have to carry him. The crowd will be into it because it's Jay, but Gunther loses. Jay barely wins. And all of a sudden, burn it down. And all the retards are, and out comes fucking Seth, cashes in, and he wins the title. And that'll actually give some credibility.
His goon should come out first.
No.
I think so.
I don't know.
Because they'll be they'll make him, they'll beat the shit out of him and make it like a super easy victory.
They could. I don't like the new bloodline or version 3 versus that was stupid. That was fucking stupid. I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah, 2.0 versus.
So you're gonna have. You're supposed to tell me that Jeff Cobb is now a babyface. Because Jacob Fatu is a babyface and he turned babyface on Solo.
Jeff Cobb is with Solo.
He's with Solo, right? Is he with Solo?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he come out with He came out with Jacob though, but Jacob turned. So
they all came out together for the.
I don't know. It's fuck me. We've got too many Samoans. I was told there'd be a few Samoans, but this is too many.
I'm glad that Jacob's away from them now.
I was with him. I was okay at the beginning. It was something different. And then I'm just like, okay, like I've seen this a million times. The only thing different is he goes and does a fucking full body. Like,
how's that go?
He has a fucking aneurysm. He's out there having a stroke.
Oh, that's good.
The fucking wait, hang on, I got my wig.
You gotta say me or whatever the fucking says.
Hang on.
Oh, you gotta put the wig on.
I gotta put the wig on.
And you gotta I don't have
dreadlocks, but
with
this
your
will have
grill.
to do. It's my Jesus wig.
You gotta smile real big so it shows your grill.
Hang on. He's like, I hate you, Solo. I don't.
I don't know, but I have Samoan fatigue. Like the fact that LA Knight didn't win it last night. And I like LA Knight, but I'm not that huge on him. Like, how some people are, but that was his last night, and it's fucking.
Yeah, I was excited because I at first thought he was gonna win.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit, they're gonna pull the trigger.
Right, but no, tomorrow I think, yeah, they could do, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker come out. They soften Jay. What's gonna happen is they'll come out, they'll bump, one of them will bump for him. It should be Bronson Reed. Breaker spears him, then Reed comes in, put the boots to him a little bit, ... Out comes Rollins, 1, 2, 3, ba with the referee. There you go. There, you've got the belt off of Jay, and now on to fucking
Punk could get involved too.
He could.
Well, why wouldn't he get involved last night? The fans were even chanting for him. And number one, he shouldn't have even gotten involved. He should have been in the match. Why was he not in that match? Why was Chad Gable, Andrade, Solo, Penta, like, where is the fucking star power? Where is Randy Orton? Where is CM Punk? Where is Roman Reigns, who I believe is basically checked out? I do think Reigns has kind of been like, fuck this, and
rumors he's coming back
fulfilling his legal obligation. Where the fuck? I know, okay, Drew McIntyre's out injured, but I mean, that was a jobber match lesson.
And I hate to say that, but it was.
Yeah, rumor is Roman is coming back with the Shield 2.0, basically.
All right.
Because I heard he's changing his gimmick. He's not doing the tribal chief shit anymore.
You know, Trey mentioned, he said the Shield coming back. I'm like, no. He's like, no. He goes, he was watching some wrestling news the other day, and they were talking about the Shield. But see, he's been watching Raw and SmackDown. I haven't watched Raw in over a month and a half. I didn't even watch the paper. Like I said, I didn't really watch the pay-per-view. I watched maybe a half of a match or so because I was in and out of consciousness because I was drunk and I was sick of my chair.
Roman, Punk, and somebody else. Like Roman could, normal. Punk would be like the Dean Ambrose, and then you just need one other guy.
The other guy. That's a Seinfeld joke. They couldn't remember the 3 tenor's name. It's like Pavarotti.
Nothing about that.
Add LA Knight to it.
Nothing about that sounds intriguing.
I don't want another Shield. I want something new. I don't want a rehash.
Shield. I never watched that shit.
I don't know. Jacob Fatu is the real deal. So first of all, what's up, Kessler, Daniel Garcia? Good to see you. Welcome. I don't think I've seen your name in the chat before. Good to see you. But Jacob Fatu is the real deal. Solo's a flop. All right. Jacob Fatu, like I said, I'm hot and cold with this guy. I'm not really high on him. I see like the crowd digs him, A start is that does not make him. I mean, he does some cool shit in the ring, but do I see this guy as being somebody who can carry the company? No. I'm not saying I like Solo. Solo's a fucking chump. Solo's
what is this comedy shit they've been having him do?
Solo never should have been in the fucking position he was in. Never, ever, ever, ever should he ever have been in that position. LA Knight had his big push last year. They fumbled him. They fumbled LA Knight. Taking the belt off him and putting it on Shaky Nakamura was that was a terrible decision. They stunted his momentum. He should have been.
And then they just gave it right back to him.
Yeah. Punk versus Rollins for the belt at SummerSlam. Well, see, you got to think now. Isn't SummerSlam 2 nights this year?
Yeah.
I don't know. So then you've got to think, what are you going to do? Are you going to do is it going to be like mini WrestleMania? You know what I mean? I don't know. How many matches they going to book a night? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure what you're going to do with that title if Rollins does take it tomorrow, which
here's a better question. Will we get one backstage segment at SummerSlam?
Yeah, we had none at WrestleMania. I think that was that the first WrestleMania with nothing backstage? I mean,
pretty sure.
That's a terrible use of your time. That sets up so much. And this is the problem. And like I said, I think I was telling you guys about this individually. We're at camp last Wednesday night. For those of you new here, I'm an independent professional wrestler. And I go to training every like Wednesday, sometimes Wednesdays and Saturdays, sometimes like Saturdays off, be with the family. But every Wednesday night, we'll break down video and we're watching a match, and we're trying to explain to these young guys that you don't have to do 8 million things in the fucking ring to get a match over. You don't barely have to do anything to get a match over. You have to tell a fucking story. Nobody's going to remember your 450 splash. Nobody's going to remember that. But they are going to remember the shit you did to make them feel something, which was the heel getting over on the baby face, giving the fucking baby face some heat, talking shit to the crowd. What led up to that beforehand? Well, they had an altercation where they bumped into each other and something was said, challenge was made. They've got beef. That's what people remember, are the feuds, the angles, the arcs of these characters, as it were, as we are. We're fucking characters, our gimmicks, whatever have you. But they're not going to remember a spot. So I worked with another one of our greenies, kid's 19 years old. I've known him since he was like 2. And I said, look, I bumped for the kid. I let him fucking clothesline me, Trina. I let him clothesline me. And he says to me, he's like, hey, will you take my fucking, he does like it's a frog splash, but he goes like between the lines, between the legs, like the basketball move. You know what I mean? You've seen that. I can't remember who does it. Somebody does it. But I said, I'd take it. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm like, does it make sense for you to hit me with it? When we're working heel versus I'm heel, you're baby face. We haven't worked before. I'm like, why don't we do this? We come out. We tell them the story. I'm just going to take your leg apart. I said, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take your fucking leg apart. We sell that to the audience, because we're working for the other guys and, sitting there and training girls too. And we tell them the story of me taking your leg apart. We do one big spot for the double down. You get the comeback in, cut off, go into a little bit of heat, duck a clothesline, roll me up 1, 2, 3. I said the biggest move he had on me was a clothesline. Biggest thing I did to him was a fucking body slam. That was it. Two bumps the entire fucking match. I mean, people will remember shit like the story of that. You know what I mean? Not the specific moves, but the story behind it. And that's what's lost on a lot of these matches now, is they become spot fest that nobody gives a fuck about. So you get what? Like I saw Anthony say, there should be 7 matches. So you want fucking they don't have 7 angles going right now. What, I mean, so you're going to get garbage matches? I mean, Naomi went over the women's match, right? I'm looking at that going like, what the fuck are you going to do with that? You're going to have Naomi take the belt off who? Tiffy? Or is Rhea going to take the belt off Tiffany now?
Tiffy.
Naomi?
Yeah, and then they have Jade and Naomi fight for the belt.
That brings another interesting point. I'd love to see that, but is Jade ready for that?
I think she's shown improvement.
No, I'm not saying.
I'm not saying she's going to go over on Naomi right away.
Yeah,
but at least put her in that position, see how she does, and then you could continue the feud and have it, continue some more. Maybe throw a Bianca in there as well.
Bianca,
and then because they still aren't sure what Jade and Bianca, what's going on with Jade and Bianca. And then so do the Naomi her for the belt, see how that goes. If she does all right, and go to the next step, and eventually put the belt on Jade.
I'm still saying that Bianca should turn heel and join Naomi. I that's the only way to me that this story actually has anything to it, because I don't know. I get the whole.
I like to hear with the Street Profits if she turns heel.
Well, that's what I think they should do: is turn her heel and let them.
All the tag guys are teaming up now because of SmackDown. They basically were, because everybody keeps getting their ass kicked by the Wyatt Six.
Yeah.
So they're like, we got to team up, guys. You can't do it. Montez Ford, he's like, you can't do it yourself, basically. And then he said, we need your guns, machine guns, and what is the other group?
DIY.
Yeah, that was Do It Yourself. There's another group.
How the fuck do Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano still have fucking jobs?
I don't know.
How?
I prefer Ciampa without the fucking beard. He looks better.
I think he looks like a fucking weirdo without the beard.
With the beard, he looks like a fucking old man. He looks ridiculous.
Oh, God. Wait, what did Anthony say? Who's EO defending against? Liv, Stephanie, or Roxanne? Well, that's on Raw. That's on Raw.
So
is Stephanie...
Naomi's either going to go after her or...
Naomi's going to go after Tiffany because she's on SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
Rhea's going to move to SmackDown. I think she was always on. I don't fucking know. The brand split is so stupid. Mm-hmm. It's so fucking... You don't have the... Like Tony mentioned, you don't have the roster to facilitate this. They need to get rid of some of these fucking titles. I'm sorry. Adding more fucking titles does not solve anything.
Yep.
Better booking would.
It should. The problem is they're basing their entire company now off of the brand split, but they need to get rid of it and they need to cut some of the fat from the fucking roster, man. Like, if all of the talent they had was on one, single 2-hour show twice a week, the product itself would be a little better, but they just drag everything out and water everything down, and there's more commercials now than ever, and people get into the ring and take way longer to cut promos. You have Jey Uso wasting time doing Rikishi's act. Fucking
when it was too cool.
Yeah. Like, at least if you got rid of the brand split, you'd have all of your top talent on one show in a 2-hour program. You could still not make everyone wrestle as much. Well, number one, there's no house shows. If Cody wrestled every fucking week on TV, even twice a week on TV, he would still wrestle less than Steve Austin did with an injured neck, than John Cena did, than Randy Orton did. Like, they need to get rid of the fucking brand split, put all their top talent on one show and make it great. And then you can have something like a Velocity or a smaller show for a lot of this, other talent. And that's what it is. I mean, this is supposed to be the elite. This is supposed to be the top tier in this industry. Yeah. And you bring Lyra Valkyria out, who can't even cut a fucking promo to save her life. Like we were talking about a few weeks ago, half these wrestlers can't throw a realistic punch. No. I mean, these people should be journeymen of their craft. Stephanie Vaquera should be the standard for women's wrestling.
Well, that, and you have people like Natty that are like, they take back seats to like a lot of these people. Natty's fucking, she's a master of her craft.
And I
don't do shit with her.
I see they're bringing it up in the chat, and I feel like we've kind of buried the lead. R-Truth reappeared at Money in the Bank, and everybody is like, you got worked. That's what wrestling is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a work. But Triple H did not plan this the entire time.
No.
Truth was, his contract was expiring. They were letting him go. He made that tweet. He said, hey, thank you for everything. And this dude is genuine, and I fucking respect the hell out of this man. Like, and I don't say, peer to peer, but like wrestler to wrestler, you know what I mean? Like peer to peer, I guess it'd be, but I have a tremendous amount of respect for him. And the guy's such a good influence backstage. That's why there was such an outpouring from the workers too, in addition to the fans. And yeah, this was not planned to bring him back like this. This was we fucked up, and they're fucking, and Ricochet was crying about it. Said that when you guys are hypocrites, because when Tony Khan listens to the fans, it's him caving to the marks, but when Triple H does it, it's awesome and all this shit. And it's like, bro, you are just fucking still jealous that you couldn't get over in the company, Ricochet's he's a sad little man. He's a sad little fucking man.
But look at his woman. Like, lucky man.
He is, but I mean, he's still so fucking insecure.
He is.
He's so fucking insecure.
Yeah.
What up, my sketchbook? Slurp on R-Truth. No, man, the guy's fucking awesome as far as like workers go.
Yeah, he is. And I heard, and his serious run in TNA was actually pretty
cool. Yeah.
So the fact that he's Ron Killings now and not this potentially not this comedic act, I'm all for it.
If TKO sells WWE to the fucking Saudis, it'll be difficult for me to fucking continue watching the product.
Well, if that rumor that Vince wants to buy it back.
I don't know. I want to stay on the R-Truth thing. Though.
Yeah.
I want to stay on that. Well, we can get there. But I mean, what is your take on it? Like, as far as, do you think this is a bad thing that they, kind of went back on letting him go and gave him jobs? As far as from like I don't see this as a bad move by Triple H. I see this as a good move. Once he's finally made a good move because he's made so many shitty ones lately.
Yeah, I think once they, the backlash and stuff, and then they didn't like fire him. They just didn't renew his contract. So it's not they probably came to an agreement after that. It's just like with everybody leaking every fucking thing to the dirt sheets. And obviously he said that he was done or whatever. So, it is what it is. Like, I'm glad that he's back because he's a huge asset to the locker room and just the product in general. Like, compared to what the other wrestlers are doing, like he's miles above them, and he's like one of the only last freaking Attitude Era people in the company. And
he can still work at a high rate. He can. Yep. He absolutely can.
And he's like 55 and he looks like he's freaking in his 30s, I would say.
Yeah. He's freaking rad. He really is, dude. And his run in TNA, the serious run as Ron Killings, the world champion, that gets undersold a lot, I feel. He doesn't get enough credit for that. Yeah, Attitude Era worker, tag team with Road Dogg, K Quick. Get rowdy. I remember.
Yeah, I used to like them when they were tagging.
I remember that.
And then he just disappeared.
Him and I saw somebody, Anthony said something about the clown R-Truth. And this look, I work, I do comedy shit. I have no problem doing comedy shit. I'm incorporating that more into my gimmick, and I have in the past. I like to be, taken seriously at times, but you got to remember the business. It's a work. It's psychology, especially for him as a baby face coming out and doing the comedy shit like him and the Miz. Dude, it's gold.
Yeah, I don't think the Miz left. I think
he didn't.
I don't know if he renewed or anything, but I know he got rid of a bunch of the stuff that he had on his X. But I know he's doing the Gladiator. He's hosting the new Gladiator or Gladiators.
American Gladiators.
American Gladiators. He's hosting the new one, so I think he's just taking time to do that, and then he'll probably be back.
Wait, Ariel makes a good point. They need to bring back the real black wrestler. I have something for that.
Cody Rhodes mentioned him or whatever the other day on his podcast with Brandy.
He's a fucking jive soul, bro.
And they brought race or whatever into it. How it was like, kind of racist.
Dude, it was funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was a play on the American Dream.
Yeah. It was meant to be a fucking joke. Like, this is why I Brandy Rhodes is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
She is fucking terrible. Like, that is fucking terrible. Akeem, dude, one man gang, like reinvented himself, made it fucking funny. Like, yeah, he was basically like heel Dusty Rhodes. And it was fucking awesome. And the dude played the shit out of it. Him and Slick were great together. Him and Boss Man, Ray Traylor teaming together was gold.
Yeah, one man gang.
Yeah, but no, I don't. Just you're offended. That was like all the.
Didn't he go like super into like the racist thing, but they kind of like it was kind of a racist kind of gimmick or whatever. But it was like to play against and rib against Dusty Rhodes and the American Dream.
Yeah, the guy that was One Man Gang was Akeem.
Yeah.
Yep. We watched his go on YouTube and just search when Akeem, became Akeem, and there's the promo back there where they did the voodoo ritual in the alley, and he fucking it was fucking hilarious. I was like, oh my god, this is fantastic. But no, and I'm pretty sure that was a Vince McMahon thing. Vince, it'd be funny if you make fun of Dusty, because Virgil, Mike Jones, the $1 Million Man's, Man Fridays, as it were, his butler, Virgil. They called him Virgil as a rib on Dusty Rhodes because that's his real name, Virgil Runnels.
Okay.
So that's why when he went to WCW, he became Vincent as a rib on McMahon by Bischoff.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And this motherfucker was just like, I got a big dick, pay me. That was the thing.
Oh, Virgil and Vincent.
Yeah. That motherfucker, they talk about it in shoot interviews. Apparently he was hungry. It was like my water bottle. I don't know.
Jesus.
Yeah. Probably not anymore because he's dead. But
oh, that's right. He did pass away.
Yeah, he's dead. I wonder if there's still a booth at a convention somewhere with his name on it at the table, with nobody there.
In heaven.
He's got his. I hope he's getting autographs in heaven. I hope he's getting. I hope other people are asking him for his. He's still sitting. He's still sitting up there next to the other wrestlers, and nobody's coming to his table. I'm sure. He just gets to be there. He just gets to be there. Shouldn't. I know that was bad timing. That timing was less than optimal, Ariel. Trust me, I understand. But no, truth coming back. This is a good move. Who knows how long they'll keep him around. But Carlito's gone now. But I mean, Carlito, dude, you talk about somebody who fucking played the system. What the fuck did Carlito do other than be a bump dummy?
No idea.
He was.
He's a guy. He's a guy that's just yeah, whatever. I'll do whatever you want me to do. He doesn't really need the wrestling business because I guess his dad he's well off even before the thing, so he doesn't need wrestling. So he's just I'll do whatever. I don't really care.
Yep.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he became the champ or whatever in Puerto Rico or whatever from his dad's promotion.
Yeah, Carlos Colon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing with Carlito. And I'm not saying this. I like Carlito.
Yeah.
I do. But him fucking coming back, and I mean he made good fucking money to come back and do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to take some fucking bumps and shit, but I mean, good for you, dude. I mean, he looked great,
He's only been around for 2 years, right?
Yeah,
maybe 3 at most. But they didn't even address him not being around. It's he was part of the fucking Judgment Day, and then he's just not there.
Yeah, they're just whatever, fuck it. It's the cousin on the Brady's that went upstairs.
Yeah,
and just never came back.
Family Matters, Judy or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, the little sister, she just fucking disappeared. The kid, the one little brother on Step by Step, Patrick Duffy's youngest son. He had.
Oh yeah.
He had JT, the girl, and the youngest boy, and he just left the show. He was just gone at a certain point.
He comes back in the near the end of the show though.
I'm watching it through again right now.
Yeah,
there
was something I don't know if he was dealing with something or what, but yeah.
After Sasha Mitchell leaves, that show takes a fucking nosedive. My God, those last few seasons are hard to get through.
like I said, it's been so long. I'm only in like I think I'm still in season 1 right now. But I'm watching like 5 different shows.
I started to watch it and then just stopped.
I'm almost done with season 1 of Highlander. I'm in like season 3 of Three's Company right now. No, 2, season 2 of
I'm watching
Company.
Total Divas, and I'm on season 4. And yeah, it's not that bad, and it gives me a better appreciation for some of the women wrestlers that are either there still or are coming back.
I have a question for you.
Why are you gay?
As I watch a show that has a bunch of hot, fine ass women in it, and they're fucking barely wearing any clothes most of the time. So who's the gay one?
You. You. Was there any
watch the OC? Do you watch it for the storyline, or do you watch it for the hot bitches? Same with Melrose Place and fucking 90210. You watch
start
hot bitches.
You start watching it,
then you get into the story.
Yeah, you start watching it for the women, then you get into the storyline.
That's what's going down.
What? Wait. I want to talk about one more thing for Money in the Bank here before we move on. Lyra Velcro is my good friend Vince Russo calls. He's not my good friend. I'm just kidding. I just do a better impression of him than he does of himself, bro. No, but she went over on Becky. I hear.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that match.
Yeah, she went over on her. Clean too. Or no, she grabbed her tights and got the win. And then she was supposed to raise Becky's hand, and then Becky made her do it on all 4 sides of the ring, to each side of the crowd. And then she's like about to leave, and then she's like, "No, put the belt on me now." So she made her put the belt on her, and when she's done putting the belt on her, she does her finisher on Becky.
The Nightwing.
The Nightwing, or whatever the fuck.
The Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
Was that who was Nightwing? Was it Dick Grayson?
Yes.
I thought so.
Good job.
I thought so. I bought Trey that figure in the DC Superpowers line.
Okay.
I'm pissed I didn't get the Invisible Jet.
I've seen a bunch of new Masters of the Universe figures that are out.
Really? The Walmart stopped. The Walmart stopped. They hadn't stocked any in so long because I would look for them, and I haven't fucking seen any of them.
Target had them, and then they even had they have a 2-pack that's original concepts of Hordak, and then that what is that? I forget what the other one is.
Is it a Horde Trooper?
No, it might be the elephant guy.
Oh, Snout Spout.
It was a villain though.
Oh. Snout Spout was a fucking good guy. I'm trying to think of an elephant heel. I don't know. Anyway. Becky got suplexed and Dick Grayson. He got dicked. Becky got dicked. Oh, I gotta say though, I like that Becky made fun of Lyra's fucking her weird looking little fiance there. That dude's
Grizzlord.
Grizzlord. Yeah, I got a picture
of it. I'll show you.
Yeah. I know Grizzlord. I don't have one of those. I need that.
It's the original concepts of them.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so they took the original concept art for them and made them figures.
That's fucking cool. What are those going for?
Sketchbook series. I'm not sure. My Target had them. There were some other ones they had too.
That's pretty fucking rad. Because
I was like, Hordak. I'm like, what the fuck is this? That ain't Hordak. And then I read it and I was like, oh, it's a concept figure.
Trey will only play action figures now, if I play with him.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't had fucking time and so long. He's wanted to, and I'm I want to get them all out and have one, because he's about done with it. He's to that age, and it's cool, But I told him I was like, you don't want to get rid of him, do you? He goes, no, we got to keep these. They're worth money. I'm like, that's my boy. I was like, we keep these.
There was like a
Skeletor. I'm
Skeletor.
dead.
There was like a new Skeletor that had like a bunch of shit with it too.
Ariel, I watched the Motu Revelations. Did they release? I think I watched. Did they do a season 2 of that? I can't remember if they did.
Of what?
That Masters of the Universe Revelations on Netflix.
Yeah, it was Revelations and then Revolution or some shit.
Yeah, I did watch that. It was the animation was beautiful, except for what they did. Look, I like my muscle mommies. I do, but Tila is not that. And although the sorceress not the sorceress, but Evelyn looked really good yoked. Like, I didn't mind that. That's not Evelyn's character. You know, she's a sorceress, not a warrior. So, no. But outside of that, I thought the animation was pretty cool. The story was the way they treated the characters wasn't good. I didn't really dig that at all. No, I think Kevin Smith's a piece of shit as far as his Masters Universe. He lied about being I love Masters Universe. Then he was on record saying like it was beneath him because he was too old for it at the time. Lyra Valkyrie, I just call her Bird Girl. That's just Bird Girl.
Hold on, I gotta make it bigger. It was this thing, and then they had a Skeletor in this line too. So it's Snake Face.
Oh, that one's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's basically the retro. I think it's Origins or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's a Cobra that has like this extra shit with it too, or not Cobra, Skeletor that has like extra shit with it as well.
Those are kind of neat. I always like the snake guys. Those are cool. I've got the one that sprays water.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Nikki Bella is on Raw tomorrow, which is a nice segue into what I kind of want to talk about here. Found this article over here on, I think it's ringsidenews.com, and Odyssey Jones, those of you who remember him, he was released from WWE amidst allegations of domestic violence, which turned out to be not true. And as happens to many men, and they have these allegations made against them, their career is ruined, their livelihood is taken away, and it very rarely ever gets rectified. Chris Hardwick is one that comes to mind that, you know, he got his job back. Never got an apology, but he got his job back because the allegations were totally false against him. Odyssey Jones, you know, it was proved to be false, and Nikki Bella's embroiled in this, you know, domestic violence with her ex-husband. I
think they're already divorced, or they're going through this stuff.
Still. Yeah. So he kind of, you know, says this is a little bit hypocritical of them.
Well, he can go join the NBA or NFL or
become a future doctor.
Yeah.
See, he said, so it's not the situation, it's just the person involved. Noted.
Hopefully. Based. Dude, okay. Nikki Bella is like kind of a legend of her time. Like her and Brie put in a lot of years at WWE and worked a lot of matches and probably made them a lot of money. And then you have an up and comer, like, okay, noted, shut the fuck up. She has tenure, she has stature, she's been there a long time. And I don't know the whole story, but wasn't she the one getting hit?
No,
I think it was both ways.
I thought she was the aggressor, wasn't she?
This is why I hate feminized wrestling. Let's get back to stabbing each other with scissors, you know?
Yeah.
And barbed wire bats and stuff.
No, not AEW.
Like, again, if you don't like how it's done, then shut the fuck up and go start your own wrestling promotion.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of, well, this business should be run like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not your, fuck off. If you don't like it, stop watching, move on. It's none of your fucking business. You don't know the details. You don't know the subtleties.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they're trying to save face, letting Odyssey Jones go this way instead of fucking finding him, snorting coke off of the Miz's ass. Like, you don't know the fucking story, so just
that's Ricky Steve's job. Damn it!
I'm so tired of it all, man. I'm so tired of the internet. I'm so tired of whiny bitches. Shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the fucking problem with.
Well, when you said Odyssey Jones, I was like, "Who the fuck? Who's that?"
He was.
You had to remind me, like,
yeah.
When I think Nikki Bella, I'm like, all right, she was like a fucking, she has notoriety. Like, Odyssey Jones is nobody. Like, he can go make a career somewhere else and build himself back up and fucking maybe get re-signed if that's what he wants.
And in the grand scheme of things, dude, I don't give a fuck about Odyssey Jones.
Yeah,
I don't fucking care. But I'll tell you this, I care as much about Odyssey Jones as I ever cared about the Bellas. I don't give a shit about the Bellas. I never fucking did. I couldn't stand them when they were on fucking TV because they were just
like I said, I'm watching Total Divas.
They were
they're growing on me.
They were just okay. So look, I get it. They're attractive. I'm just looking at them like I don't care. The wrestling never did anything for me. I'm like, yep, they're just plain brown-haired attractive girls. Okay, whatever. All right.
She should have just gone with Ziggler instead of fucking Cena. She wouldn't be having this problem.
Well, yeah, Odyssey was supposed to be part of the New Day. He was going to replace Big E, and then he got fucking shit canned after one appearance on fucking Raw.
Yeah, and everybody was like, "Oh, that was awesome" or whatever.
Yep.
And then fucking gone.
And then
if Zack Ryder was black, they would be screaming racism because that's the thing. Yeah. Life is like 95% adversity, but a certain subsect of future doctors look at all adversity that everyone faces at life as racism because literally all they think about is skin color.
Well, it's not even like just Odyssey Jones. Like, it's all these newer wrestlers that get let go. They instead of like Matt Cardona, like put it right. It's like instead of whining, like there's three types of people. You're either gonna fucking coast on where you're at now, or you're gonna fucking lace up your bootstraps and fucking put in the work to like get back to where you should be and improve the craft and potentially go back to the Fed or there's other promotions you can go to that are just as successful to some extent.
I wish I was a necromancer because I would bring back an army of New Jacks and release them on society.
I would give anything for one reincarnated New Jack to be dropped into the current day WWE locker room, free to run amok as he pleases, and the talent would be going to HR within 10 seconds.
He's getting at it.
And he would take the fat fucking nasty HR manager and she'd be going off the balcony. My nipples are hard thinking about it.
But it is, man, and that's the thing. And I saw this not at all in the locker room I'm in now. The locker room I'm in now is a fucking tremendous situation. Like it is. It's an amazing group of men and women who just come together to put on a fucking show. A lot of us are genuine like friends outside of wrestling. It's a great locker room.
New Jack is actually getting added to 2K25, so you can in my manager mode can put him back in.
The funny thing is all these soy boys. Oh my God, it's New Jack. If New Jack were around today, they would be doing everything they could to cancel him. He would be Kanye light, like If New Jack were around today, all of these soy boy pussies would be trying to cancel him.
Tony, did you say Kanye Light?
Heil New Jack. Heil New Jack.
Sorry. He mentioned Kanye, and all of a sudden the song played. I don't know what happened. No, man.
Yeah, Ariel Ballet. Jim Ross has colon cancer, and he just underwent a surgery.
Yep, he's home healing, and prayers to JR. We hope he recovers soon. No, New Jack. New Jack was a fucking crazy son of a bitch, dude. I mean, legitimately fucking insane.
That's Nick Khan's favorite wrestler, apparently. That's why he's being added to the game.
Funny story. My very first email address, which it doesn't matter, it's no longer in use. It was New Jack 63 was the thing, because back then, like ECW, I was real big on. I discovered it, and then seeing the gangsters, New Jack and Mustafa, and the shit New Jack would do, I was like, I'd never seen, somebody like, I was like, holy fuck, like this, he comes out to, I love the Ice Cube, he comes out to Natural Born Killers, and it plays the whole fucking match, you know what I mean? I'm just like,
nice.
That's Ice Cube is my favorite fucking rapper of all time, so I'm like, yeah, I dig this. I'm gonna do that shit. I got a show Saturday night, so when I do my big run-in, I'm gonna tell the sound guy, you leave my music playing during the entire beatdown. I want to hear fucking Black Label Society playing while I'm out there laying waste to everybody. Yeah, but that'll be. I have two fucking spots.
Lift the bodies hit the floor for that fucking what is it, stadium, arena, whatever the fuck it's called in the AEW.
Anarchy in the Arena.
Yeah, there we go.
That's right. It'll be just like that, except not gay.
Mm-hmm.
That's
unless you're wearing your unmatching red gear, then it'll be gay.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. I got the.
You just need to get a new vest, because the other part's match. Just get a vest that is the same hue.
I am getting a new vest.
Your other shit. Because that, and then like black accents would be.
Yeah.
Great. Yep.
I'm gonna get another red vest. Yeah, that one. I'll just use that as a backup. But, yeah. Still trying to find the clip where the video where the gangster spray painted belts versus the Eliminators. It might be on Peacock because they have all the hardcore TV on there. So it might be on that. I'm watching kind of through the old ECW hardcore TVs, which are fucking gold.
I have that Skeletor shared then too, that I was telling you about.
Nice. Let me see. Let me pull this up.
So this is the other Skeletor.
Oh, fuck. I had this one as a kid, the Dragon Blast. Yeah, I lost the front part of it, but I still have the dragon part of the backpack for it.
Oh, nice. But yeah, those were two of the things that I saw at Target, and then the concept.
Yeah.
Works.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just buying those to eventually build like a massive fucking Eternia diorama with them. I told the wife we need to buy a bigger house, though. I need a bigger basement.
Already?
Yeah. We were driving by the lake today because I want to go look like at where the position of the sandbar was in relation to like a friend of mine's house. And so I was looking at the houses for sale on the lake and shit like that. And I'm like, I saw one and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, well, we could sell ours and we could do that. We have to buy this one and then build upward on it because it's like a 1-story. And she's like, are you fucking out of your mind? I'm like, yeah, we're not moving again. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Your house is decent size.
It is. I was joking. I was joking.
Your basement's fucking huge.
It is. We have a lot of shit in there. We have in the storage part of it, but then I've got like that massive Lego fucking setup.
If anything, I would just save up to get it redone, like down on not where your office is, but the other part. Yeah.
What I wish the basement was like the entire like width of the foundation. You know what I mean? Like they could have expanded it out in parts. It's like where there's like a cut in. I'm like, they should have went out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a fucking huge base. In my office, you can't tell when I have the green screen. This is Draven's been in here. This is an 11 by 18 room. Like I have another there's another green screen behind this that goes ceiling to floor. So, which is where the next episode of that Pete Daddy Dollar show will be shot. Because that's a series now. I got to do a promo this week too for the show. I
think so, Ariel.
What did she say?
I think Dustin did wash his hands of WWE. I don't think he's coming back. No. If he does, he's going to retire in AEW, and then like if they want to add him to the Hall of Fame for WWE, he'll probably go back and just do that. But if they'll let him, but other than that, I don't see him wrestling in any capacity in the WWE.
God damn it!
They'll make him be fucking Goldust again if he comes back, probably.
But why not? Why not? You know, I just don't want to see Terry with him because God, no, please don't. Can we
Terry? She's still alive, right?
Yeah, but she doesn't.
She still looks good.
We have a talented roster of gorgeous young women that we could put with Goldust. I personally would like to nominate Thea Hale to be the new Marlena. Or, you know who would have been perfect for that? You could have used a brunette. She was hot.
Yeah, she still looks good.
Nah.
For an older lady, she still looks good.
I'm looking to the future, Draven. I'm looking to the future.
Yeah, because this is her here. Oh, I'll show you.
This motherfucker. I'm gonna fuck.
I'd swear to God. I'd still smash.
You are like you're the non-Asian Keely Chow. Of course you would.
Yeah, see, she still looks good.
She doesn't look bad.
She looks good. And her and
that's a lot of makeup.
That's the gimmick.
That's a lot of makeup.
So what? That's what all women do.
That's a lot of makeup. Kiana James.
She's got to wear the makeup during.
Should be the new Marlena. They should do something with her. And I swear to God, they brought her up to Raw last year in the draft, right? She never did anything. She's been like gone. Then she was an absolutely beautiful woman. She did like a money kind of thing, you know.
What was her name? Kiana James?
Kiana James.
Kiana
James. And then she got implants. I'm like, you ruined it. Like you ruined it. I'm sorry, ladies.
I have no idea who this is.
I just the implant I can't. It looks ridiculous at most points. It does. It looks ridiculous.
Oh yeah, she kind of looks familiar.
Yeah, she was fine as fuck, dude.
She's only 28.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. You can have 50-something-year-old Terry Runnels. You can have 28. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. Come on. It's an obvious
fucking
choice. Who is she
tagged with? She won the. Oh God, that's a good fucking photo. God damn.
Kiana James?
This is all for Instagram.
Oh yeah. Let's see. What do we got? Let's see. Yeah, dude, she's bad as fuck. Like,
God damn.
That's new Marlena right there. You know what I mean? Like, use her. She's on the fucking, you know what I mean? Like, that's, just fantasy booking here. But
who is she tagged with?
I don't know. But no, she hasn't done anything. Like, I don't even know if she's still in their fucking contract. Yeah, her abs are phenomenal. That's my yeah. That's kind of my
Fallon. Who's Fallon?
Fallon Henley.
Yeah, Fallon Henley. She was tagged with her.
Yeah,
Fallon Henley is the North American champion. Right
that's
now.
Another. I like Thea Hale though from Chase U. That chick.
Okay.
Thea Hale's. Yeah, she's another one. Seriously though, speaking of like talent that should be, they moved these girls up to the main roster from NXT, and it's like, why is Sol Ruca? I'm gonna keep saying this until they move her up. Why the fuck is Sol Ruca not on the main roster right now?
Oh no, Sol Ruca is the North American champion right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say she has that belt.
Mm-hmm.
She won that from Kalani Jordan.
She'll probably win that. She'll be the North American, and then she'll eventually win the NXT, and then she'll make it up to the. She's
been there for a couple years.
Probably next year she'll be there.
She's main roster ready. She's been main roster ready, dude. That Soul Snatcher, her finisher, that's poetry, bro.
Yeah, but like, how are they gonna fit her in? Like look at all the people they just brought up that are talented.
You can trim the fat. There's a lot of fucking excess baggage on that women's roster, on the main roster. Cut out some of these NXT girls that are actually better workers with characters. Like buy Meechin, buy BFAB, buy what the fuck's the other broad's name? Over there, Zelina Vega. Bye.
Hey, fuck you. I like Zelina Vega.
Bye, Zelina Vega. She's never drawn a dime, and she'll never draw a dime. You can put any belt on you want. She ain't never gonna draw a fucking dime.
They wouldn't have made her queen of the ring, the first queen of the ring, if she wasn't.
What has she done since then?
Nothing, because that's not her fault. That's not her fault.
That's the writers, because they don't have anything for her, because she really brings nothing to the table. They're like, we'll bring her in because they did the fucking Queen of the Ring, the King of the Ring in Puerto Rico, didn't they?
I don't know.
What wasn't it? They did a show in Puerto Rico.
They did do a show in Puerto Rico, but that wasn't the Queen.
But they featured that was Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny. I know.
Yeah, and she was pretty. She was
LWO, right?
Yes, she was pretty white hot at that point, and then they did nothing with her. Same thing with LA Knight. Like they build these guys up, and these people get over with the fans, and they have a large following, and then they do nothing with them. And then the steam is gone, so it's like you gotta strike while the iron's hot. Yeah, and they don't do that.
There's so many women though. You can just like honestly, if you got rid of Lyra Valkyria, nothing of value would be lost.
No.
I mean that fucking wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm.
If you took her off the roster right now, nobody would fucking remember her name in 3 weeks. Nobody, probably 2. Nobody would fucking care.
Oh yeah, there's Scarlett too, but she's with Cross. So
Scarlett Bordeaux.
Yeah, she gets a pass. She's
a manager.
Yeah,
she's a manager. That's I'm whatever. They need more managers. They need more characters. That's the problem.
Yeah, but they don't do anything with Cross. That's another problem.
That is an issue.
And he's super over too. Like,
is he in Triple H's good graces?
I don't know, but his shirt's selling really well.
Good. Now they'll probably fire him. Wait, cut out Scarlett. I'm not saying I want him fired, but they'll probably get rid of him. They punish people who get over on their own, and he got himself the fuck.
Yeah,
over.
when Vince was there, they did that.
Triple H is doing that now.
Well, I guess with R-Truth, but that wasn't. He didn't fire him. He just let his contract lapse.
Look at this. My sketch says Draven stuff Selena.
I like her. I don't know. I've always liked her.
Bro, it's fine if she makes your dick hard. That's fine. That does not constitute a spot on the fucking roster. If that was the case, I'd have a roster full of Jordan Graces. All right? But that's not
Jay
realistic. Oh. Yes. There would be a variety. It would be a fucking virtual crayon box of muscle mommies. That's what it would be. But that's not realistic. You need something. You need a lot of different fucking flavors to make the shit work, and that's fine. Zelina Vega
I like all the flavors.
But she doesn't have it. Her husband, he's got that it factor.
Yeah, he does.
But she does not have that it factor when it comes to the work.
He's pissed at with who was it? Was it Jacob? Because I think it was Jacob.
What?
No, Seth and them, because he interrupted and stopped the match with LA Knight on SmackDown, because LA Knight got that win to be qualified with by capitalizing after Malachi used the Black Mass on, I forget who the other guy's name was. Maybe it was Shinsuke. And
Shanky Nakamura.
Yeah, he got the pin. So they were having a match. So, you didn't beat, whatever, and then they fucking come in and interrupt to try to destroy LA Knight going into the Money in the Bank, and Seth and Malachi had a stare down, and fucking then they threw him out of the ring.
There's another fucking missed opportunity, bro. What are you doing with Malachi Black? What the fuck are you doing? Or Alistair? He's Alistair Black.
He's Alistair Black now.
Sorry. I'm still used to him doing nothing in AEW. Now he'll be doing nothing here very shortly.
He's doing I don't think he lost yet.
I don't know.
He hasn't taken a pinfall yet, I don't think.
Look, it's just when he came back and his debut was just so middle of the road. Like
I don't know. I like his entrance.
Okay. Again, I'm not saying I don't like it. Mm-hmm. I'm saying the audience reception to him was very fucking warm when he first came back. It was very lukewarm. It was. He didn't get. Now you look at guys premiere like Penta when he's got a lot of fucking steam, you know.
Yeah, but his steam was fucking screwed from AEW going. So like he didn't really have any steam coming from AEW to go here because they fucking stifled his steam every fucking time they started to give him any traction. Then they fucking bury him or fucking have him lose to some fucking retard.
Yeah, and that's bad booking. That's bad fucking booking. You know, I mean, yeah, I'm not saying I don't like the guy. I do. I just wish they would present him in a manner befitting of his talent.
Yeah. Dutch Mantel was, he doesn't know for sure, but he thinks that the reason Vega won the belt is because Malachi is there, like, and he had something to do with it, with, you know, signing. Like, that was part of the deal or whatever. Like, have her be, you know, win a singles belt since she's been there for so long. And then, I wouldn't say give Vega the championship. No, it was like, she doesn't deserve a championship. But, like, mid-card, like, you know, fucking Intercontinental or the U.S. title, I'm all right with that.
What are they doing with Charlotte Flair now? I don't even know what the fuck she's doing now. Honestly, after losing to Tiffany, because Tiffany's got fucking.
I think she got in Jade's face.
Oh, that's right. That's
recently.
right. Yeah, they had a little stare down.
Yeah, she's been getting in a lot of people, like fucking, and then her and Alexa too. Which I would have liked to have seen Bliss win the Money in the Bank, because I didn't expect Roxanne, Steph, or Julia to win, because they just got moved up to the roster. They're not that it's just not going to happen, you know.
Yeah. God, every time I move, my fucking right knee pops. It does that shit when I'm driving, because that fucking knee injury. Every time I'm driving, if I'm at a stoplight and I go from the brake to the gas, my knee fucking pops. I'm like, I gotta stop for a second. I'm like, fucking knee pop.
What'd you do?
No, it was from when I injured it teaching gym. Like I said, it was shitty. I was like, I didn't even injure it in wrestling. But like, I'm fucking stone cold now. I wear dual knee braces. But honestly, I gotta start working my legs more. I work upper body all the time. I never work my legs. Just when I do cardio, that's it. I gotta start working legs, strike that fucking knee. God damn it. Charlotte and Alexa as a tag team. No, because they're gonna put Alexa with the Wyatt family, and Charlotte would not fit with them at fucking all. And that's another thing with the Wyatt Six is like,
well, they're like feuding, or they were like had a conversation or some shit. I don't know.
Charlotte and Alexa.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is she with the Wyatt Six yet? Did they make that official?
They didn't pull the trigger on that yet. I don't know if they are or not. I know, like I said, they have the Wyatt Six going up against all the
tag teams,
all the tag divisions right now. And Bo Dallas or whatever has been like, or Uncle Howdy or whatever the fuck has been saying that they're gonna give us what we're owed or whatever.
They utterly bungled the fucking Wyatt Six from start to finish. They should have never. They should have never.
And I think that's
the way they did.
I think that's because Bo got injured. So like whatever plans they had to like stop it, because it involves all of them. Like you can't. That's the the downside to this group.
You can. He's the ringleader. His shoulder was injured. He could still film vignettes.
Yeah,
you film it, edit the vignettes, and he's commanding them to do things. They're his fucking family. He's the leader. He's still This is the fucking. Why do I have to think
That's
of this?
true.
That's basic fucking psychology.
Yeah, but how are they doing Like, are they just not letting people do promos now if they're injured? Because that's possible. Oh wait, they let Punk do that shit.
But he doesn't have to be there to do a promo. You can fucking film it from home, bro.
True.
It's Bo Dallas. You gotta fucking sit there, get your rocking chair and a fucking green screen, get in your gimmick, and just fucking talk.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot that shit, send it in. They can edit it up, do all their After Effects to it, and then play that shit on the fucking Titantron, play it on fucking Raw, and then he's got the fucking family out attacking people, running interference, doing shit, and it still keeps them relevant as opposed to taking them off TV for fucking 3 months. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, that's suicide for an angle. You can't fucking stop like that.
I know they're not even wearing the masks and shit anymore. They're just fucking themselves. They're not
so
even
now
doing
they're just a collection of jobbers.
I guess they're not even really wearing the masks. I guess Ash is kind of wearing hers, I think, still, but everybody else isn't really wearing their masks.
I mean, that's like the whole fucking deal, though. It's like, what the fuck, man? I don't know.
I think it's because they can't really wrestle in them. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, you wear them down to the ring, or if you're doing a run.
Yeah, but I mean, if they knew they were going to do this stuff, they should have made it where they could keep the masks on and make them where they're able to wear them and wrestle.
Why family is the new Dungeon of Doom? Oh no!
God damn it! I hate to admit it, but you're right.
Wait, she is. Where's Brutus the Barber Beefcake? What was he? The
Zodiac.
The Zodiac. Yeah, with his fucking.
And then he was the big booty.
The
booty man. The
booty man. And he had Kimberly Page. He had Diamond Dallas's Page, the booty babe.
Yep.
She was fucking fine as shit. Remember she was the 40-year-old version, her tit popped out?
I didn't realize that was her at the time.
I did.
I didn't know that was her at the time. And then I like heard like later. And I'm like, oh shit, I didn't realize that was her.
I still have her Playboy she was in. It was like a celebrity issue. It wasn't like a full-on like issue, but she did like some shots. She looks fantastic. Alexa Bliss needs to go too. She's the old mommy version of Liv Morgan. Trade old for the new.
I like Alexa Bliss.
I don't mind Alexa.
That stare down with her and Rhea, like I want to see them two go at it. Goth mommy versus Goth mommy.
I like that video of Rhea Ripley choking out that chick, that influencer chick that's all goth and shit. She puts her in the fucking head scissor and then the prism and all that shit. You see that? You sent me that video. I don't know if I saw that. You did. It's that goth chick she does reels. It's Nina something. I can't. She's fine as fuck.
No idea.
But yeah, like she went with Rhea and like Rhea put had her in the ring and she was landing on crash pads and shit, which was kind of funny. Wait. I have both. She did two, right? China did.
I have the Tory one, I think.
I've got If she was in Playboy, I have it. I absolutely. I don't care, Draven. You're a mark. We've established that was Lena. My sketchbook said. Wait, Anthony says Roxanne will take Dom from Liv. This is funny. The whole they're just repeating the thing with replacing the. It's just like, oh my god, dude! Please stop, do something new. I like Dom.
I do too.
I like Dom.
Speaking of Dom, the reason they had the match on because he fought Pentagon Jr. or whatever, or was it Pentagon Jr.?
Octagon Jr.
It
was Octagon Jr.
I knew it was one of those multi-sided fucking objects, but him and after the match, he came in and interrupted or whatever, and fucking that's how they got that match for Money in the Bank. That's what started that. It started on Worlds Collide and then led into Money in the Bank.
Okay. Yeah, Dom is Ray's kid, allegedly.
And he was calling Ray a deadbeat on AAA. And Conan, he was like, right off the bat, he's like, remember, guys, this is an American wrestling. This is, like just to differentiate so people aren't like, if this is what you're expecting, this is, you're not, that's not what you're getting,
Yeah.
So. Fucking Conan, he was fucking terrible on commentary though, but he was like giving backstory and like, which was nice. But then he'd like talk about like fucking their like personal lives and shit. So it's like nobody cares about that,
right?
Like talk about what's going on, or like if there's like some kind of story with people, like or who these people are, so we know.
That's another two they need to get rid of. Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Just get rid of them. Get rid of them. If you get rid of fucking Grayson Waller, I think they should. I still, instead of fucking Bronson Reed, they should have put fucking what's his nuts, Austin Theory with Rollins and them.
Nah, I'm good.
Nah, they should have used that kid. He's got a bigger upside than Bronson Reed does. Younger, got more fucking talent. Looks like $1 million.
Reed?
37
really?
30. Yeah. He's no rookie. I didn't realize he was that old. Fucking Tony mentioned it.
Huh.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, he needed a big muscle guy. Like,
he's the age that John Cena was when he was thinking about retirement.
Yeah, but now it's the old guys that are like running that shit. It's not the newer guys, the younger guys.
Yeah, great. Yeah, Grayson Waller, if he bulked up a little bit, he's a decent worker. Good, good basic heel. I would say he's like an opening match, like lower mid card heel. Like, and I'm fine with that. There's a place for guys like that.
I don't like him or Austin Theory.
I like Austin Theory. I think I like Austin Theory a lot more than I like Grayson Waller. I think Austin Theory has a much higher upside than Grayson Waller does. He's not only because he's younger, just Theory's like 6'2", like 245.
Yeah.
He's fucking built like a tank, and he can move. He's agile. It's like just like that's a guy that can benefit, a heel that can benefit from having a manager. And I know a lot of people are like, what the fuck is Paul Heyman doing now? Blah, blah, blah. Why do they need him? Guys like Austin Theory are the reason why you need a guy like Paul Heyman. And that's why I was
same with Bronson. Like, he can't cut a promo, so you need that. And Bronson, or not Bronson, Braun, he can cut a promo. It's just, he just needs refined. But what was Ariel's thing? Shit, I forget.
Austin Theory sounds like a type of dinosaur.
No, the WCW.
Oh, I asked before, but has WWE now become late 90s WCW with them catering to the older wrestlers?
It's not that they're catering to the older wrestlers. It's that they're hitting their peak and their prime popularity at older ages now, because I guess the way the system is set up, that's how it's facilitating them to get the push when they're older, because they have more experience and they're getting more experience later instead of early.
And the more generations we move through, the more we are forgetting what a professional wrestler is and what makes them special.
Yeah.
You don't have many total packages anymore.
Yep.
No. And that's what I see in a guy like Theory. I see like the old school type look with the athleticism of the modern day. Like he's like I would say like a Sean Stasiak with slightly more talent and charisma. I like Stasiak as a good mid card heel. I use the Natural Born Thrillers. That's a stable I fucking absolutely love, because there was a goddamn huge amount of talent in that stable. They were so good. But
you had him, Jindrak, isn't Columbo in that?
Jindrak, O'Hare, Palumbo, Stasiak, Mike Sanders, Vito, and Reno. Not Vito, Johnny the Bull. Vito was like adjacent. Because you had the perfect event, which was Sean Stasiak and Chuck Palumbo, and then Mark Jindrak and Sean O'Hare tag. And those two were just two big, like 6'6", 6'7" guys, or that both were north at 260 that could do swantons and fucking all kinds of shit. Like they were ahead of their time.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were way ahead of their time. Both those guys were just fucking awesome. Palumbo got a decent run outside of the fucking Billy and Chuck thing, but I liked when because he's a biker. I like when they let him switch that bike. Everybody's like, oh look, he's trying to be Undertaker. It's like, no, he's a legit biker. Like, but Mike Sanders was always a better mouthpiece than he was a worker. Johnny the Bull looked like $1 million. Him and Vito is the Mama Lukes. I love that tag team. I always liked the Mama Lukes. I thought they were fucking fantastic, man. Especially with
the one guy with the short hair. What was his name? That Austin was like, "Go get him, kid," and then he asked Deborah. He's like, "Who the hell was that?"
Oh, that was Sean Stasiak.
Yeah.
When he was in WWE the first time, his name was Meat. And he was he was a Mimbo, and he had like the PMS with him, like Jacqueline, Terry, and was it Ivory? The Pretty Mean Sisters. And yeah, he'd come down with like lipstick all over him from them, like because he looked like $1 million. He was just a dumb dude. Yeah, it was shit. He'd run into shit. Like, oh, that was fucking funny. WWE wishes it was late 90s WCW. It's now being led by a guy who coattailed his way to the top and has no creative bone in his body. Hunter always built off others' creativity. Yep. Anthony Jindrak was supposed to be in Evolution, but they replaced him.
It's crazy, too, because Undertaker praises Triple H as being, like, has a great mind for the business and all this shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, does he?
Yep. Ariel makes a fantastic point, and this is what we talk about in practice. And I love that you're not in the wrestling business and you point this out. I think wrestlers nowadays move too fast just to get to the next spot. No one really seems to be selling her that type of stuff. Thank you.
It's funny because LFG, they talk about that. And they're training them that way, but they're not doing that when they get to TV.
Yep.
So it's like there's a disconnect somewhere.
Yeah. Well, it's because all these kids, they want to wrestle like a video game and be spot.
Well, that, and it's like, well, what are the producers of their match telling them, too?
Yeah.
So it's like they got these people producing the match. It's like, well, what are they telling them? Are they telling them to just get your shit in and fucking whatever? Or are they telling them to just slow it down and fucking do it? Or they're telling them to slow it down, but they're trying and it's not translating,
Yeah. And that's a problem because you've got to sell. Or it just negates all the offense you just took. You know what I mean? I don't know. That just bothers me. It just bothers me. It's like I said, man, working my practice match with Ian last week, it was like I told him, I was like, sell the shit out of that leg. Because I started out with a chop block on his leg. When I poked him in the eyes, he turned his back, and I just went to town, put it over the ropes, jumped on it, did the, where you have him pinned down and you kick up in the air and come down and drop the knee on his leg. That's what I did like 3-4 times. Did the stomp on it, fucking half crabbed him, and then put him in a figure 4. Then got him up, worked up. Fucking, we did a double down. So I'm gonna hit you with a big headbutt, sell the shit out of it, and then I'm gonna take a face bump off of it too. So we did that, and we get up, we go into the shine, let him hit the 10 punch in the corner on me, a couple big splashes. Like I said, then I cut him off, fucking 1 punch, 2 punch, go for the clothesline. He ducks it, rolls me up 1, 2, 3. And he's the whole time he's selling his fucking leg. That's why he can't do much offense. He's struggling, climbing up on the ropes to hit me with the 10 punch and shit. So yeah, it's easy. It's easy. It's these fuckers that can't do it.
Speaking of like the Triple H is racist and shit, and WWE is, they had 2 black people win LFG, like with Jasper Troy and forget her Steele. She's like a gold medalist, like sort of like a female black female Kurt Angle, basically. And then the blonde that didn't win, the Ukrainian chick, she's gonna be in season 2 because the semifinalists they get a fast track to season 2.
So are they bringing back like a lot of the contenders that got eliminated for season 2 then, or just the like semifinals?
I think it's just the semifinal,
the runner up basically.
Yeah, basically the runner ups.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think it's a good idea, you know.
And Mickey James is out, and fucking
Michelle McCool,
which I get if like they're doing like where like the lowest on the totem pole as far as trainers, because the trainers are also competing for points.
Yeah.
So she was the lowest team. So I don't know if they're just doing like the lowest team that trainer gets eliminated, or
no, they legit replaced her permanently with Michelle McCool. That was a big thing.
She's in all season 1.
Yeah, Michelle McCool is another one. I'm like, you're only in the spot you are because of who you're married to. Like,
and then during the time that she was wrestling, they were the only semi-interesting thing in the women's division happening.
Lay
So
Cool, right?
So like, yeah, Lay Cool. So like they win by like default because what else was fucking happening, you know? So they get held in high regard because there was no other, you know, like if you're the only contestant, like of course people are gonna remember you, you know, and praise you.
Yeah. Cotton's here. What's up, Cotton?
Hey.
Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Why do all the black wrestlers in WWE go for the same look? They all copy our truth with the dredge and shit. Seriously, you need to be told to change it up. Except for the Street Profits. Yeah.
I actually like the Street Profits, right? I hated them because I hated the stupid basketball thing. Yeah. But them being heels is really good. Like Montez, they're doing like what they're doing right now is good.
Yeah, I've seen some of the clips from them and everything, and I watched a couple of their matches and saw some promos. They do good heel work. Angelo Dawkins is fucking garbage. He's garbage. But Montez Ford is money.
Yeah, he is. But that's how most tag themes are. Like you have the one guy that's like the charisma and all that shit.
Yep.
And then you have the other guy that's just kind of coasting by.
Poor James. I love you, James. I'm just kidding.
Or if he is here around.
Probably. Me not have any charisma.
Yeah, fair point.
Right?
I know.
Oh, I feel like I said, I feel sorry for everybody once me and my boy Cruz get linked up and start getting to cut promos together. Oh my god. They're not, like you said, we're not going to be able to put baby faces out there to like live cut promos with us because they're on the microphone. Him and I together, they're done. It'll be a burial. Like I said, we're gonna have to really dial it back. No, Dawkins, yeah, he needs to lose some weight. He does move good for a big guy. Lose some weight, tighten up, change the gear up. It's the gear.
Yeah, their gear now isn't bad because it's like the darker tones, and it works. But when they were doing like the bright freaking basketball colors, it just was not it.
As I'm wearing my vintage Orlando Magic Shaquille O'Neal jersey tonight. I was sporting a Reggie Miller one earlier though. But I have a Jordan. I've got a Jordan. Didn't Kofi have? Yeah, Kofi had dreads way back. Sometimes there is trouble in Paris. This motherfucker's from Ghana. Why is he Jamaican?
Well, I remember they're all in the ring and freaking what's his name is like, didn't you have a Jamaican accent just a little before?
Triple H. I think Triple H said that to him.
Triple H said that.
Yeah.
And then everybody looks at him like, huh?
Yep. I like Kofi. I always like Kofi, man. When he debuted, I was a fan of his. I didn't think he fit it. I can't say he didn't fit in ECW because it wasn't really ECW. But I liked his style and everything. You know, I thought the gimmick was the Jamaican thing was kind of wonky. You know, yeah, he was a good mid-carder. He was never a world champion.
Was there any decent matches with the ECW like 2.0? Because I know Punk was the champion over there for a while.
You'd have to dig, but there was a few because I was watching it pretty regularly because I think I was reviewing it back then. But yeah, some of it.
Punk was over there. I don't know. Your buddy Sabu was doing shit there.
Yeah, that dipshit was there for a minute. Well, okay, this is why, like I said, I had no sympathy for him when he was like hard up for money because he made for WrestleMania 23 when they did the New Breed versus the ECW originals, he made $200,000 for that match, and then he was in WWE 2K8 the next year. Yeah, it was Raw vs. SmackDown 2008.
Yeah, the 2K.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, I'm sorry, I misspoke. It was Raw vs. SmackDown 2008, which he got paid $85,000. Now, he told us this. He told me this fucking personally when we were in the locker room. We were talking, or outside after we were smoking a joint. Yeah. And we were talking about that. I said, how was it, getting the CG, the mocap shit done for the video game? We were bullshitting. And that's who how much we got paid. And this motherfucker, like I said, we had to bail him out of jail because he gotten arrested for driving without a license. And I'm like, I got no sympathy for this motherfucker. Like, you're just telling me you made $285,000 within the last year, with the last couple of years, and it's fucking gone. And
now, man, I don't even know what I would do with that kind of money.
I mean,
I know I wouldn't. I'd be debt free. That's for sure.
And that's not even counting his regular money he was making from WWE before he got let go. When him and Van Dam got arrested together, and they stripped Van Dam of the title. And they just fired Sabu when they got pulled over in Ohio for having weed and pills. But yeah, I just like I said, I lost my respect for the guy, and I always admired his work. Growing up as a fan, when I saw Sabu on Nitro first, and ECW, and then he showed up on Nitro, I was like, "Fuck!" I never seen anything like that before. And then getting to work on the same cards as him was neat at first until I had all these negative, like I said, I worked shows with them for like 2 years, over the course of 2 to 3 years on various promotions around Michigan. And I was just like, this guy's a douchebag, and then he ran Melissa Coates into the ground and she fucking died young. It was just, Jesus Christ, it was fucking sad. Like I said, so this guy, like, I feel sad. I feel bad saying that about somebody, who just passed. But I mean, I got no sympathy for him. Did that give me heat? I don't know. I don't fucking care. I just have no sympathy for him. That's all. Oh, I don't know. Fuck it. That's the business, though. That's why I say never meet your heroes. At least I could say Sandman was just like, he was just kind of a dick, not really nothing bad to say about him other than that. He was just kind of a dick, but, he was a grizzled old vet. I didn't really expect much more than that from him. You know what I mean? Doesn't really come off as he's intelligent as fuck, very smart, like very smart. So it was kind of cool just listening to him talk about some of the shit we were talking about in the bar. But yeah, he was just kind of a prick. But what up, Keely? Me in real life? Draven's met me in real life, and so is Tony. I'm a fucking delight.
I need to get out to see Tony again.
I know.
We should. I know it's expensive, but we should plan for, since Mania is going to be out there again. I know we're not going to go to Mania.
Just go out there that week.
But go out there that weekend, and I'm sure there's something we could find to do that's wrestling related.
Bro, I'll see if I can get Draven. Who do I know in Las Vegas that runs a wrestling company?
I don't know. Who do you
She's
know?
really hot.
Oh yeah,
Jennifer Thomas, Who did Jennifer Thomas ask to wrestle for her promotion?
Mm-hmm.
You guys. I'll go out and let one of those muscle mommies beat me up. What a way to spend. Did you go to WrestleMania? I went to Vegas and got my ass kicked by some hot ass fucking female bodybuilder. Yes, I did. That was a good WrestleMania weekend. My boys were cheering me on the whole time. Watch me get my ass whooped. I'm fine with that. I guess I already told.
Hey, I went to Vegas by myself, sketchbook for that meetup. That's when I first met Tony. I went all by my. I was my first time traveling alone.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never flown by myself. Really,
Yeah,
I've always traveled. It's
like,
every time I've flown, it's been with a wife.
The way back sucked, just because I got screwed in Vegas because the thing was delayed. So when I arrived at O'Hare, my fucking flight had already left, and they didn't have another flight to where I needed to go until like I had to be at work. So I had to fly to DC and then get a rental out of my own pocket and then go to get to my airport, drive 2 hours. So
yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to going. I think it'd be fun. I want to go back to Vegas. I do. I want to go back to Vegas. I fucking loved it out there. I had a blast.
Yeah, it was fun.
I would, like I said, I was in the casino the other night.
We could go to that bar where they had that meetup too, the Millennium Fandom Bar.
I would love to because I didn't get to go there when we were out. Yeah, this is funny.
And the sushi place, that's all you can eat.
Oh, fuck yeah, bro. Fuck yeah. I know Tony won't go to that. Neither will my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Me and you can go there. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with that.
Get 90 minutes.
I will punish that place for 90 minutes for giving me that much time. I will get stoned as fuck and then go in there just high as fuck, being like, just keep the platters coming, boys. Keep them coming.
Well, they're doubling down. At least that's what Triple H said. They're doubling down and going to Vegas this year. Next year again.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to Las Vegas again this year. It's like, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Wait. I saw you in their video. What video is he talking about?
Oh, yeah. I'm in the FNT like.
Oh, yeah. I
don't even know if I'm still in. Do they still have that intro? And if so, I think I'm still in the video. I haven't watched any of those. Like I watched Tony sent me a Geeks and Gamers video because Jeremy was talking about wrestling. So like but that was the first time I've watched any. Like I haven't seen a neurotic video. Like his shit doesn't even come through my feed. Cause like I unsubscribed and everything. You know, I used to watch like Heels versus Babyface and all that shit. I don't watch any of those channels anymore. Yeah.
Tony turned me on to a really good channel. What is that? The Aristocratic Utensil Tone? Is that channel?
Yeah, something like that. I just subscribed to it as well. That and Broken Crown.
I haven't
with Aiden Paladin, who has her own channel too.
Send me a link to that one too. If she's as good as that other one's fantastic. Like I'm watching a couple. I watched I think 3 or 4 of his videos today while I was like washing and waxing the Delta. I just had him playing.
I watch Andrew Wilson from the Crucible destroy leftists.
Wait,
so
is that the guy that is on
whatever.
The whatever?
Yes.
That motherfucker is like
based as fuck.
Oh my God. He's talking to that one woman.
I've been using a lot of his arguments and just there's this person that like did this video on abortion and I used a lot of their arguments in it. And dude, they're still commenting. And I'm just ignoring him at this point. I don't even care.
He's fucking hilarious. You know who he reminds me of? He's Chris Fisk.
Oh yeah.
He reminds me of Fisky. Just with his blatant, he does not care.
No, because
he's Orthodox.
Right. He's Orthodox Christian, and he's like, sometimes you have to be firm with these people. You can't and the Sewing Circle Christians, which is like non-denominational, it's infiltrated by feminists, and basically, so basically all they want to do is tone police everybody, and it's like, dude, you can't do that when you're trying to bring people to, God. You have to do, Jesus didn't tone police and watch what he said to people. So why would we, when we're trying to bring people into the thing? Sometimes, the harsh truth hurts,
Yeah. Speaking of the harsh truth, we got a chat music video here. We got a new one.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, you hadn't seen this one yet. You said.
I don't think so.
What in Tardation?
Oh no, I haven't seen this one. Is that a Downs guy?
You're ready for this? Here we go.
Made country ones, bet he's from down south. This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Tarner, Brooks, and Downs. Eastbound and down, Post McCrone's.
Post McCrone's.
Wyatt Derb, Chris Simpleton, Old Down Road.
Wyatt Derb.
Fucking great.
Luke Cromsey drives a F-149. Wood and Tardation. Down yonder syndrome, he's definitely making them at night.
Wow.
Never seen a cowboy flavored one before. Cross that off the bingo list. Line dancing all over the spectrum. Bro doesn't suffer from autism, he just has it. From the short bus to the short truck, always making strides. Guitar, whiskey, and grilled cheese in the nighttime. Wood and Tardation, bet he's an expert at downshifting. He's got yee-autism. Truck has an extra cylinder. He gon' rhythm with the tism. The Texas Chrome Ranger. Shane Gillis doing well, I see. I just need to see a Filipino one, and my Pokédex will be complete.
And that was What in Tardation. Isn't that fantastic? Isn't that fantastic? Those are fucking great.
That was good.
Those are fucking great. God, do we have anything else? I don't think I have any other wrestling shit really to talk about. What up? What up, Instant Regret? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm glad you caught the Anthony Thompson, the F-149. That was fucking, yeah. Wyatt Derp, though. That was a good one. That was a good one. I love those. I fucking love those. Porn. There's always that, Ariel. There's always that. Always. That's always there for you. It never leaves you. Leaves a lasting imprint. Much like Draven's fucking hooker from Bangkok.
There's Andrew Wilson. There's this other guy, too, that was on the Whatever podcast recently. That's really, really good. I'm trying to find out what his name is.
I mean, we could. It's fine. It's fine, Ariel. So is Tony Storm, when is she working Mercedes Draws No Money, Draven? When is that?
Oh, Jay Dyer is the other guy. Jay Dyer's good too.
From what?
Jay Dyer, he was on the Whatever podcast as well.
Oh.
And he I think he works with what is it? InfoWars, if I'm not mistaken.
He's helping prevent turning the frogs gay, I see. That's always good. That's important. We don't need any more of those. We don't need any more gay frogs. No more. No more. So Raw, I don't know. I got to look at the matches. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. Let's see what we got listed for Raw tomorrow night. What is it? Tomorrow's June 9th. Yeah, I'm looking here. We got what, June 9th? Let's see. You got it? All right, what do you got?
So it's Triple Threat, Liv Morgan, Ivy. Oh wait, no, this was from.
That's last week.
Second.
Yeah, that was last week. Ivy Nile needs a push. I'll give it to her. No, seriously, she needs to be utilized better. She's awesome. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I got it right here from the Sportster. All right, let's take a look here what we got. This is Raw tomorrow. Fucking ads. Yeah, no. Let's see. So right here, we got Gunther versus Jey Uso. We talked about that. What else? All right, that's it. Nikki Bella returns. That's it. That's all they've got announced so far.
This one just has Jey Uso versus Gunther.
So yeah,
I have an announcement from the local news here in Las Vegas.
What's that?
Here, I'll share it.
Should I be afraid?
Plaza, from sandwich shops to liquor stores, even an adult. You got a donut? Sorry. You got a donut? You got a donut? We'll check back in with Molly in just a moment. Looks like she's having some interactions there at the Plaza, from sandwich shops to liquor stores, even an adult. You got a donut? Sorry. You got a donut?
Why does he need $1? Isn't he a future doctor of America?
He apparently needed $1.
Oh.
Got $1, got $1, got $1.
Oh my God.
Like Dave Chappelle.
Did you hear her gasp? Scared the shit out of her.
Some fucking random crackhead running up to you asking for money.
Remember when we were at the dentist's office a few weeks ago, Pete, and I was telling you how bad that's right there. Right
Is
there.
it?
Yeah.
God damn.
Like about a half block down the street.
Jesus. Dude, that's fucking crazy. Like, I couldn't, like, I'd never been to Vegas before, and I just figured it was a thing. Like, when we got to the hotel, like I said, the hotel I stayed in was fucking super nice.
Mm-hmm.
Outside on the one side of it, there's a fuck ton of by the parking garage, there's a fuck ton of homeless people. You know? When you walk around the other side, it's fine. But that's right on Fremont Street. You go on the back side of it, yeah, it's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Unfortunately, Ariel, I would not know the difference.
I had that homeless woman try to put a curse on me. That was funny. She was like chanting at me and shit. Called me a son of a bitch when I walked by her. That was the only bald-headed son of a bitch was the only thing she said in English. And I like avoid her. I like walk the fuck around, like out on the street around her, you know. She wasn't even like making eye contact. She started screaming at me when I walked by. I'm like, Jesus Christ, does she know I'm Hungarian or something? Because it sounded like she was speaking Hungarian. I was like, I knew it was gypsy fucking gibberish.
Mm-hmm. I had Kai with me when I was running around Fremont. And then Ords as well.
Yeah. I haven't talked to either of those two. Ords, I haven't talked to in like 4 years.
Yeah.
Probably more.
I comment on some of his stuff on TikTok and Insta sometimes. When he does reactions to some music that I listen to.
Yeah.
That's basically what he does now. Reaction stuff to music. Yeah.
Godspeed, Spider-Man. Godspeed, Spider-Man. No, I think that's about it for the night, boys. We'll put a bow on it here. It's about 10:15. I can play some fucking Madden. And what is this? Hang on.
On your PS2?
Jesus Christ.
What?
Nothing. Just look in the private chat. Oh my God. Yeah, that's WWE should go back to 4 to 5 pay-per-views a year. This one a month. When you have
God damn it.
I know. When you have terrible storytelling, a pay-per-view every month is not the best idea. You know what I mean? So,
Nope.
No. But Carl, thank you, brother. Thank you, sir. I hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night, 8:05 Eastern. We'll be back. Kasey's Hot Takes, AI music, mug shorties, and more.
I'll actually be there.
Draven will be here. Maddie might join us tomorrow.
Okay.
I
I'll have to be on my good behavior.
I gotta hit her up and find out if she's available. I know she's at work, but we'll see. Maddie Fine might join us, and yeah, we'll have a good show tomorrow night. So thank you, Tony and Draven, for being here. Keely, God damn it!
As soon as you mentioned her name, I was watching the chat waiting.
I'm gonna message her. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this and message her. Be like, in anticipation of your arrival, Keely has started pre-gaming and feeding the ducks already.
Mark Draven will be here. Jesus.
Is Ariel fucking? Is Ariel?
Is that Adam?
Is that one of Adam's burner accounts?
Is that Adam? Adam,
no,
is that you?
The sentences are coherent.
Oh, that's true.
If it is Adam, we'll start firing off in the chat.
He's using AI to speak for him.
Pop Cyclops figured out AI. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Channel members, thank you. You got something coming this week. Patrons, you as well. I'm like Oprah with the book of the month. Thank you, everybody. Love you all. If we don't see you, have a great day. A pleasant tomorrow. We'll catch you on the next one. Remember, it's always better to burn out.